Adequan Advanced Final.
Good girl.
Yeah,
So this horse is careful, and she gave the horse time to see that and stayed supportive with her leg and her body, and she rode that beautifully.
Yeah, super.
Beautifully. Because you've got to be careful on you've got to be extremely careful when you're riding on a careful horse, because it's tempting to run them past they have to see it a little bit more, I would say sometimes, and then you can be positive into it. But if you run them past it, they get a bit nervous, and then that's when you have the issues, and it's not an easy thing to ride.
So it's going to look like they did take away that 20 from Philip, that we thought he may have had that plan all along, and so
I was wondering, because it looked like he was he might have been going the long way.
So we start Lauren Nicholson and I'll have another, and she is out of the box now as we continue to bring you up to date on the division. And there's Lucienne in that tricky water.
Good girl, super. Yep.
I actually think all three of these horses are
I agree. I think that one's good. And she added up there on purpose. You saw that's what she was doing. And my goodness, did she do a good job there. She's going to be delighted.
So, as I said, Philip, clean on the jumping, 28.8 on the time. And a lot of that time just coming from his choice to go the long route in that water. Carolyn Pamucciu comes forward, 18.8 for her clock, nothing in the jumping. And Emma Klugman, what a round for her. It's just going to be 6.4 for the recent affirmed lawyer.
Good job, Emma. So I hope, I'm going to put out into the universe, I'd like to see the coffin at some stage, guys, if we haven't, because the coffin is really hard. I know we're not even supposed to say coffin anymore, but is it the Park Lane question? I don't know. But I walked that, and I think that's really hard.
I thought that was super riding by Lauren. You saw that this horse came
very good.
Beautiful.
Very good.
You saw that he came to the rails, and he kind of took a second to question what was going on. And then you saw her come around and say, okay, come on, we need a fire in here. Wake up, good morning.
Yeah, and I think that again was something she wasn't quite expecting, and I think it was a light issue once again. And then she reacted quickly, showing all of her experience. And my favorite bit of that is she was positive and beautiful in her riding, and then when landing after both of those fences, says thank you.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
horses do they're our partners, and they do really appreciate that, and that just helps to settle the horse and gain himself in confidence.
Well, this gelding is owned for Lauren by Randy Rademan. She's up to 13, but begging for blood. I see him there. She's such a positive rider, though, as you said. She doesn't get in her horse's way, either on the flat or in the cross country, and she really lets them react and say she's there when they need them, and that's such an amazing talent that Lauren's always had.
Yeah.
There on the bottom of your screen, you see Lucienne continuing to make her way around this track with her friend Deary.
Gosh, she's going to be so excited. This horse looks awesome.
You know what I think she's done too is she's really kept a hold of him the whole time. You see her reins really short there, and she's saying, I'm going to keep your balance, I'm going to keep you with me every stride of the way, and it's paying off for her.
Yep. Some horses like a bit of freedom, and some horses like their handheld, and that's part of figuring it out. Good job there.
Lauren just adds a little stutter step there, but that's a testament also to their partnership, because she kind of knew that could happen, I think.
Yeah, 100%. And Lucienne's putting her foot down now. Another thing I would like to sort of say, and I'm sure you guys have noticed it as they've come up the hill to jump that big table on the way down to before those hedges, is that it's quite of a keyhole sort of feeling with the tree over that. And so you'll see all these upper level riders. So if you're watching this as a lower level rider and maybe you have that on your course, think about that. The shadow and the tree makes more of a keyhole effect, and how these guys are riding it is absolutely spot on.
So as Lauren comes to drop off this bank, Lucienne Bellissimo does cross the finish line. So we'll get you a time as soon as we have it for her.
Beautiful right there. Really good, Lauren. Super.
She just, every time you watch Lauren ride, to me, she's just the epitome of patience in terms of, letting the horses kind of react underneath of her, like I said, and that's how you view her on the flat too, and it's such a beautiful thing to watch. She's so patient and so good in her riding.
Well, and I like watching the styles. There's the common thread of how all these riders are successful. So there's a common thread on their galloping position and where they prepare and how they do things and body control. But another thing it's fun for everybody to watch here is, pick a rider that whose style you like, but also pick one whose body type is similar to yours, so you can watch that and try to emulate it. Beautiful.
Yeah, she knew exactly where she was there. She pulled in.
Perfect.
And what's what's good about this horse and Lauren is you've seen him continue to gain confidence all the way around the track, and that's what we want to see, right? The beginning can be a little bit fast and ferocious at you, and so then you saw her patting him, taking the time to say you're doing a great job, and then he's more confident as he goes. The fastest we saw. Can she go fast with her friend Mooreswood? That's going to be the question. This combination, Sarah, has a pretty decorated resume together. They've been all across the pond and back many times in their career. Nicely done over that brush. Nice.
Under your feet as we've been, but don't think that
So Allie now will be sent to the Rolex
away, but the practice of going back and forth on Cavalettis for hours, all that stuff.
So as we still await a time for Lucien Bellissimo, you see Lauren Nicholson on the bottom right of your screen there as she comes to the final portion of the track.
I love galloping down that hill. I really do. It's kind of free time, and you got to find a place where you make yourself rebalance. And for me, I have to wait till the last second because I pull too much.
Nice. So this horse doesn't have the biggest stride of our competition, but you see how well Allie knows him so well. She came down that hill. She never even faltered in terms of taking an extra pull. She just kept coming right down the hill, and she finds the stride.
Smooth is fast, and you know the rideable horses are fast, right? So that's if it takes Allie 2 less strides to rebalance for every fence than it would take me, without doing anything else, she's a good 20 seconds faster than me.
Well, and also